It's beautiful outside, so I thought today or tonight I would come outside. And if you're just joining, thank you for joining. Tonight I'm going to talk about benefits and challenges of a plant-based diet as a runner. So if some of you are just starting to follow me, my name is Kayla. I'm a registered dietitian. I'm also a marathon runner. Was currently training, I should say, for a marathon for the fall to qualify for Boston, but I'm currently resting my foot, possibly injury. I was told, went to the doctor, that I don't have an injury, but I'm still resting my foot, so not quite training right now. Hi Ryan, hi Sam, thank you guys for joining. If you're just joining, let me know you're here. So as I was saying, I was just introducing myself. So I'm Kayla, I'm a registered dietitian. I specialize in vegan diets, especially for runners, as myself, since I am mainly plant-based and also a runner. So thank you for joining. If you are just joining, let me know you're here. Hey Ethan, thank you for joining. I think this is going to be a really good topic. I hope you guys really like this. So if you are somebody that is a runner, if you are somebody that is plant-based, if you are somebody that's active, that also plant-based and struggling with, trying to figure out this, plant-based diet, I've had a couple people come to me and ask me a lot of really good questions and want to work with me because they're not, eating enough food, right? Are not fueling enough for their runs, and that can be an issue. So anyways, let's jump right into it. But I want to talk about benefits and challenges. So first, I actually want to talk about the benefits of a plant-based diet. So I'm sure, a lot of you know this, but, there's lots of evidence, right, and benefits of a plant-based diet. It lowers the risk of cancer, lowers the risk of heart disease. It could reverse heart disease, right? Tons and tons of certainly benefits of eating mostly plant-based. Can help decrease your cholesterol, your blood pressure, right? Increase your energy. That is huge for people. If you're somebody that doesn't have a lot of energy and you're not really sure what's going on, maybe you go to the doctor, say you're feeling tired, and it's not your thyroid, then you can figure out, what maybe is it, and it could be, your diet. Could just be eating more plants, could give you more energy, and you could feel better. And it helps you manage your weight, right? Certainly plant-based diet, even without exercising or running, a plant-based diet can definitely help you to manage your weight because you're mostly eating plants, and those plants and those fruits, right, and those grains are going to be lower in fat, lower in calories, right? So, and you're getting more nutrient-dense food. You're getting more nutrients that your body really needs, but it really does help you to manage your weight. So those are all the benefits that you probably already know, right? And of course, as I think for runners, why so many of us are becoming plant-based is because we are health conscious. And that is huge, right? We're active and we want to eat healthy. But, that comes with challenges, right? But I do want to mention one other benefit that is super, super exciting, and I've been getting asked this a lot. So this is something that I wanted to talk about too, is that even eating a plant-based diet can also help to perform better and actually recover faster, which is awesome, right? Who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want to be able to recover better after a run? I mean, that is absolutely huge, right? So there was a new research study that came out recently in the Journal of Nutrients. If you are interested in that research study and actually want to read up and see what they found, I certainly can post that link under this video so you can check that out. But that's absolutely awesome, right? You can even recover better. But as I was saying, getting in more of the challenges, right? There's so many benefits, which is awesome. But what about the challenges, right? Well, the problem is, the biggest problem I see is nutrient deficiencies, and especially for runners. I mean, even if you're not active, you can have nutrient deficiencies, of course, eating plant-based, but especially for runners, it's really important that you are getting the right nutrients, because one nutrient that sticks out to me that's super important, especially for runners, is iron. You need iron, right? You need iron. That iron transfers oxygen throughout your blood, right? And when you run, you need oxygen, right? You need as much oxygen as you possibly can. So you definitely, you need to make sure your iron is good, right? And eating plant-based, it can be hard to eat enough iron, right? Another nutrient that I want to talk about too is vitamin B12. That's a huge one. If you don't take any supplements, you may not be getting enough B12, and that can really affect how you feel too, and how you run. So that's really also really important. And also just eating enough calories. And this, as I was saying earlier, is what I see often in working with plant-based athletes and runners, is that they're not eating enough calories. They're not eating enough to fuel their workouts. And then that could lead to possible weight loss. And you might not necessarily want weight loss, right? You may just want to maintain weight. So it's really important to try to make sure that you do figure out that balance and figure out how many calories you do need and what that means, and that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to track calories. There's other ways to kind of figure out how much food that you need in a day, right, without actually tracking calorie by calorie, and counting calories. Another thing is eating too many carbs, or maybe not enough carbs. So some people may not have enough energy. That could possibly lead to not eating enough carbs, or maybe you're just eating too many carbs too, and that can be a challenge, because really plants are carbohydrates, right? All your fruits, all your vegetables, they have carbohydrates. Grains, everything you eat on a plant-based diet is considered carbohydrates. So you also have to consider that you may not need as much of those starchy carbs either that you might think that you do. So it can kind of really depends, right? Yeah, it really does. It just really depends on, your lifestyle, your diet, right? What you like, what you don't like. There's so many, really depends. Like, yes, I can give you, tips on certain things to eat, but it really depends on what you like and what you enjoy. I don't think anybody should just eat something because it's healthy for them, or because they think it's healthy for them. You should eat what you enjoy, right? But we should be also taking into consideration the foods that are going to help fuel your race, right? There was another benefit that I wanted to talk about, that I think I missed. Inflammation. So this is why they say plant-based diet also, why a plant-based diet is beneficial, which I didn't quite explain. So if you are just joining, let me know you're here. Thank you for joining. So I'm just talking about benefits and challenges. I just talked about some of the benefits and the challenges, but there's one benefit that I talked about that I didn't quite explain. So I want to explain that a little bit further. So the study that came out, that talked about how eating a plant-based diet can help your performance and help you recover better, is related to your phytonutrients and decreasing inflammation. So those phytonutrients, right, are in fruits, vegetables, plant foods, right, and they decrease inflammation. So what that means is that when you decrease, right, your oxidative stress, inflammation, you're increasing blood flow, right, that's going to help you to perform better, and it's going to help you recover better. So how cool is that? So I think that's really, really cool that now we're seeing that, the evidence showing of a plant-based diet, especially for runners. The thing is to, sometimes our research and our evidence isn't quite there, right? Sometimes people have already experienced it, or there's, personal experiences, and sometimes evidence doesn't always up to speed, right? But we're getting there, which is super, super exciting. I see a lot of runners that are plant-based, which is great. But why, what I really want to stress is, how not just the benefits, which is great, right? But also stress that it's important, to understand that there are challenges and you can reach out for somebody for help, right? And that's exactly what I do, is that I help people. I help runners that are on plant-based diets that want to make sure they're getting the right nutrients, that, maybe be concerned that they're not getting enough iron in their diets, or they may be concerned that they're losing too much weight and they want to help to maintain their weight, right? So oh, sorry, I just got a question. Do you remember what this study was called? I don't remember what it's called, I'm sorry, but I do know the journal. I know it was in the journal, it was called the Journal of Nutrients. I know it was in that journal, so you could always research, or you could always look it up. It was on plant-based diets and performance and recovering better, but I can give you the link to that study if you want. I can post it here, comment under this video, so you have that study to look at. But what I was saying is I want to talk more about also, yeah, you're welcome, what I can do to help. So, really what I do when I work with my clients is that I help them figure out, I don't just give them a meal plan. I don't just say, okay, this is what you should eat, right? I have them do a diet recall. I have them look at, figure out what they're eating, how we can kind of tweak that. I figure out, estimate the amount of calories. I figure out, okay, how many exchanges that of carbs, fruits, right, vegetables that we need, grains that we need on certain days, and maybe when there's increased intensity or you're running for a longer run, then maybe we'll need to put another carbohydrate exchange in there, right? Things like that. So that's really what we do, is we work together and we kind of figure out what works for you. And by doing that too, hopefully we will limit those nutrient deficiencies, right? And if you're not on supplements, maybe we'll figure out, okay, do we need to add a supplement in here, right? So we figure that all out, and we work together, and we just figure out what works, what will work for you, what will help you to perform better, and you will see performance benefits and recovery benefits, which is absolutely awesome. So that is super, super, super exciting. So I just wanted to share that. And so just to review, so some of the benefits that I talked about on this video. So if you're just watching, I'm just going to review what I just talked about. So I just talked about the benefits of eating a plant-based diet as a runner. So it helps your heart, right? Running also helps your heart. So that's awesome, right? Can reverse, prevent heart disease, right? Increases energy, helps manage your weight, decreases risk of diabetes, cancer, all those health benefits, right? Increases energy, decreases inflammation, definitely has cardiovascular benefits, as I've already said, that it reverses heart disease, right? It also helps you perform and recover better, which I think is so awesome. But the challenges are, right, nutrient deficiencies. There's common nutrient deficiencies in a plant-based diet, and especially important for a runner to make sure that you are getting your nutrients and eating the right amount of foods to get those nutrients, or taking supplements, right? Not eating enough calories, we talked about, and then also balancing carbohydrates, maybe eating too many or not eating enough carbohydrates. So really, can be a challenge to figure out that carbohydrate balance. Another thing with that is if you're somebody that's trying to limit carbs, maybe because you're trying to lose weight and run, that can be really challenging, and you really have to decide what is more important. Are you running just for fun, to get out there to get exercise, or are you running for performance? Because if you're running for performance and trying to lose weight at the same time, that could be really hard. But that doesn't mean that you can't run for weight loss, right? So maybe you're just focusing more on the weight loss part of it, and you may, be harder to hit certain times, right? To get a PR, that kind of thing. So it's just, you do have to decide what is your goal, and then figure out, right, what to do from there, because that can be certainly definitely hard to do at the same time if you really want to work on performance and weight loss, just because you are going to make sure that you eat enough, right, and fuel for your performance. So that certainly can be a little bit difficult and a little bit of a challenge too. So those are the benefits and challenges of a plant-based diet as a runner. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I explained also a little bit what it looks like to work with me. So hopefully that was helpful for you guys interested in learning more about that. If you are interested in learning more about how to work for me, you can just head to my website. I also have an e-newsletter that goes out every month. So I would love for you guys to sign up. Make sure you stay up to date. I send free resources. I have a free recipe ebook if you're interested in plant-based recipes, meal planning guide that I've also have that you guys can also sign up for and receive that in your email. And then, as I said, every month I have an e-newsletter going out, tips, things like that, recipes, all that. And again, you can just go right to my website to sign up for the e-newsletter. All you have to do is leave your name and your email, and that's all you do. So that's pretty cool, right? So anyways, I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your Wednesday, and I will talk to everyone soon. Bye.